unless laws changes, we're not going to be enforcing them. The law is the law. We have to have the rule of law. We have laws in the books. They might need to change. If they change, they change. But to refuse and to enforce the laws that exist on the books, I think it's dereliction of duty. And I truly believe it puts a significant national security risk. And I've been at the border many times since I became Congresswoman, and I'm shocked. And I think it's not just national security risk. It's actually huge security risk for a lot of desperate people that come here and become pretty much puppets and control and slaves to cartels that make enormous amount of money. So this is very concerning. And as a legal immigrant to this country, I understand how hard it is in many other people to try to immigrate here. But we have the law and we have the rule of law. If we have to look at the laws, but no excuse not enforcing the law, because a lot of lives are going to be destroyed because of that. But Mr. Fabricatore, and I apologize if I say your name wrong, would you be surprised to know that 10 months into fiscal year 2023, ICE Denver has only removed 429 aliens with final orders of removal pursuant to INA Section 240, and has only removed 256 aliens whose final orders were instated. Do these low interior removal numbers surprise you?
Yes, ma'am, those are low.
Do they surprise you? Is it was something different when you actually were in office?
No, it doesn't surprise me because of the enforcement priorities right now. So I'm not surprised that those numbers would be low.
So do you believe, because when I observed when I was at the border, I was very surprised to see how the selective enforcement and laws, when you go in processing centers, there was during COVID pandemic, there are people on top of each other. And no one enforced any. Then you go to ICE facility, there have to be isolations, and everyone has to be there on a distance, which actually decrease capacity. And a lot of Border Patrol just have to pretty much let people go, sometimes with NTA, sometimes with that. Then in shelters, where they need to move along kids and stop even do proper checking who they send in kids, because they also were overwhelmed there. So it's very strange to me, because it seems like that is the places where we should have really start looking what's going on and put danger of these people. Do you believe this law actually put real people, real lives in danger, including people at the border?
Absolutely, it puts lives at danger.
No, and I think, with Mr. Rosenberg, you see what the effects could do in the community. But I have quickly to ask, Mr. Batista, do you believe in the rule of law?
Chairman McClintock, Ms. Spartz, do I believe in the rule of law? Yes.
So do you believe we have the rule of law at our southern border? Is functioning effectively, the rule of law and the legal system is actually functioning in our border? Do you believe is effective what's happening in our border?
Ms. Spartz, I support the strengthening.
No, I'm just asking, do you believe, on your assessment, you're a professional, you're a district attorney, what do you believe? Do we have the functioning and the rule of law at the border?
Ms. Spartz, could you repeat the question specifically?
So at our current situation in the border, do you think we have the rule of law at our southern border?
What we need to make sure is that the border is secure, ma'am.
But I'm just saying, do we have it or not in your assessment as a professional?
That is the part that I leave to federal immigration authorities, ma'am.
So you cannot assess the situation at the border? Okay, what about you, Mr. Let me show that I say your name right, Mr. Schollenberg?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe we have the rule of law functioning at the border?
Ma'am, I wouldn't begin to testify about what's going on at the border. What I can tell you is, and what I'm here to say for our office, is there are current loopholes through the ESTA visa program as well as with the border through through individuals claiming status at the border. So those flaws at the border and through the ESTA program are creating criminals. One of those issues with the ESTA program can be fixed tonight, and there will be less victims tomorrow.
So you believe there are problems at the border? I mean, you live in the state of California. No matter which district you represent, this is the state. You should know what's happening in your border.
Yes, if your question is, do I think there are problems at the border? Yes.
Yeah, but what about Mr. Batista? You believe you don't have problems at the border? Are you not familiar what's happening in your border? I mean, California has a border.
Ma'am, again, my responsibility is with the city of Santa Monica.
So you don't go to the border at all. You don't even know what's happening.
Our partners with federal immigration and protection of the border, I certainly support that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, it's unfortunate because I think we need to find common ground, but I think we need to enforce the law because a lot of lives are going to be destroyed. Yield back.